Namaste, good morning, and welcome to TimesHealth Plus. I am Dr. Sneha Rathi. I'm a musculoskeletal physiotherapist and a certified yoga teacher from the Yoga Institute, Santa Cruz, Mumbai. I combine the techniques of physiotherapy and yoga and give the best results to my patients through them. Today, we are going to discuss about something that is not discussed quite often. We have been covering a lot about joints, health, and conditions, different conditions, and what are the yoga asanas that we are supposed to do with that. But this part has not yet been covered throughout. So I thought that we should come to a discussion with this thing, and that is about yoga for general wellness. All right. So what is yoga for general wellness? We need to understand how you yourself can formulate a yoga program for yourself. Okay, so for a daily practice, can you yourself devise a plan, devise what all asanas you need to do, okay, on a daily practice by yourself? Write it down and then execute it. Okay, this not just improves your understanding about your own body, but it also gives you a lot of of confidence to be able to plan things for yourself, taking care of your own health. Okay, so it builds in a lot of confidence about yourself, and that is why I thought that let's discuss about this topic. So today's session is not going to be so much about the practice, but it's going to be more about understanding of the asanas. Okay, how are you going to differentiate between two asanas, which asana is better for you, okay, what should you target with each asana? This is what we are going to do. So yes, we need a yoga mat for sure, yes, so you can practice along with me the asanas that I'm going to show. But then definitely, you know what, it is going to be more of a discussion today about deepening the understanding of the asanas. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. All right, so before planning the yoga session, okay, we need to first understand what are the crucial steps. Okay, why do we want to plan our yoga asanas? Okay, so the first step out of this, so we are going to discuss about the different steps. The first step out of this is that you need to start deepening the understanding of your body and about the asanas. Okay, so what does that mean? The first thing is to deepen the understanding about your body. And how do you do that? You first need to know what are the conditions that are already pre-existing within your body. So it's very important to get regular health checkups done, okay, and to understand if there are any comorbidities that are present within the body. If there is any high blood pressure issue, diabetes issue, okay, we need to know it well in advance, okay, so that we can choose those particular asanas that are going to help in working out with that. Okay, and also we need to be safe. So we need to understand that in hypertension there are certain asanas or certain breathing patterns which are not to be used. Okay, so which is why we already need to know what is the current status of our body. Okay, so that's the first thing, so understanding about your body. The next thing about deepening the understanding of the body is we definitely read a lot of books, a lot of things, okay, related to the work, etc. But we hardly refer to any books related to the body. Nowadays, we might refer to some, videos that are coming online, okay, to understand more about the body. But it's very, very important that you be with your body. Try to feel it as much as possible. To give you an example, okay, so when we are doing any kind of warm up, okay, sometimes what happens is people just if I ask you to do wrist rotation, people tend to just do it halfway or something like that. Okay, it's very important to understand that to complete the movement is so important, to feel if there are any restrictions in the body, if there is any strength changes within the body. Okay, so it's very, very important to feel your body. Okay, how does it feel when you're going to start the yoga practice? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling fresh? Okay, how is it feeling, and what you need to do to make it better? All right, so these are some important things that you need to start feeling your body, start understanding in which directions it is restricted. Okay, so these things are important whenever you are trying to deepen the understanding of your body. The next step is deepening the understanding related to the asanas. Okay, so generally what happens is I try to speak to you, okay, you follow the instructions, and that's how you do the asanas. Okay, but understanding that two asanas are different from each other, in what way, in what kind of muscle work, okay, in what way of movement is it different, that if you start understanding the depth of these asanas is going to actually help you a lot in making a plan for yourself. Okay, so that's why it's very, very important to understand the differences between two asanas. It may look very simple, okay, it may look that two asanas are very similar to each other, they may have similar effects, but that's not the case. That's why reading more books about the asanas, okay, trying to understand what are the steps leading to the asana, okay, these things are very, very important. All right, so that's why deepening the understanding about the asanas becomes equally important. All right, so that's the next thing. Now, the next step to this is to formulate, incorporate discipline in your practice. Okay, so what do I mean by saying discipline? Okay, sometimes I see people directly go onto their mats and start their yoga practice. without even formulating a proper protocol. Okay, that's not discipline. First, you start with conditioning, you start calming your mind down. Okay, we are not very eager to directly jump onto the yogas and achieve the end goal. It's about the process. Okay, so it's very important that you start with conditioning. You start with a little bit of warm up so that your body is getting ready for the asanas. There is a less chance of injury when you do a warm up, okay, because you're slowly opening up the movements. Then it's very important to follow a particular protocol for each and every asana, to follow the instructions well, how to go into the asana, how to be into that pose and come out of the asana becomes very, very important. And then followed by cool down or the resting phase. Okay, making sure that you have enough time for relaxation is equally important. So I have seen a lot of times that when people are relaxing, they have something else in their mind because they are thinking about the next activity that is to be done. All right, so that is not going to be helpful. You have to make sure that when you are dedicating a time for relaxation, it is exclusively for relaxation purpose. Okay, so when you are doing shavasana, nothing else should be on your mind except relaxing the body. It shouldn't be that you're thinking about, okay, I am supposed to get up and do my next work. Okay, that's not we are trying to aim at, because the last part, that is relaxation, is of equal importance for recovery of your body. Okay, so that's what I mean by disciplining your practice. Okay, if you have less time, you can probably do a little bit of warm up, incorporate 2 3 asanas, and then do a little bit of relaxation, but make sure that you are following a correct sequence. All right, that's one thing about discipline. Another thing is to try and follow a fixed time, a fixed place for practice. Why I am saying that is because when you try to follow a fixed time and a fixed place for practice, your body starts to open up, starts to get ready for the practice at that point of time. Okay, it starts to realize that yes, this is the time that she's going to practice, and this is the time I have to prepare myself for the practice. Okay, so you understand, if there's a fixed time, your body will start getting ready for the practice in that fixed time. Okay, so that's very, very important that you try to fix a time of your practice. The next is fixed place also. Okay, so if you keep changing your place, you may have a lot of distractions. And in yoga practice, you want to dedicate your complete self, your complete mind to the practice, and which is why it's important to have a fixed, quiet, well ventilated, clean place for practice, less of clutter around you. Okay, and more of cleanliness and well ventilated, and a good place to practice where there is quietness, so that with a quiet mind you can try and focus on your body. Okay, these are some very simple things. You might already be knowing this, but I'm trying to emphasize this because it makes a lot of difference when you are working with your body in this. Another part of discipline is also eating better. Okay, so we also have some nutritional sessions that are going on. I recommend that you attend those as well. Okay, because it's very important to eat better. Okay, your food habits can actually reflect on your muscle tone. Okay, you might find that if you do not have some good food habits, your muscle tone may be changing. Okay, you may not have that much of opening within your body, or the strength or energy levels may be fluctuating. Okay, so it's very, very important to take care of the nutritional aspect as well as a part of discipline to the yoga practice. There is also a discipline about of the mind that we follow in yoga. So less talked about. I have not spoken so much about the yam and niyam. Okay, but yes, we also need to discipline our mind in terms of our thoughts whenever we are getting into a yoga practice. Okay, I know it's very important. Your thoughts can actually influence the tone in your muscle, the tension in your muscles. Okay, so it becomes really important to also consider that throughout the day, whatever thought process or whatever emotions you are into, okay, it's going to actually reflect in your body. I'll give you a simple example of anxiety. Okay, whenever we are anxious, our shoulder muscles tend to automatically get tensed over here. Okay, or if we have been anxious or depressed for a very long time, you might see a very drooping shoulder posture. Okay, so you see how psychological state can actually influence your body. Okay, so that's why it's very important to follow the other steps of yoga as well. Okay, because yoga is a 360-degree view of a human. Okay, so we are going to cover the entire vichar aspect also. So how are you following on the thoughts becomes equally important. Again, for this you need to deepen your understanding, and for this I would recommend you to read some yoga related literature to understand more about what are the principles of yoga, what are we working on, and how are we going to make our mind better. For this, we also have sessions on meditation, pranayam. Okay, so I recommend you attend that as well to understand more about how to manage your mind. Okay, when these things go on simultaneously, your asana result is going to be excellent and much better. Okay, so with this is about the discipline that I'm talking about to incorporate in yoga. It's important you can have some hydration along with your yoga practice, so you can keep a bottle of water along with you. Okay, so that if you feel that you want to drink some water, yes, you can do that in between the practice as well. Okay, so this is also a part of understanding your body. All right, the next is what I would say is the next step is planning your yoga practice on a daily basis. Okay, so maybe writing down the asanas that you have done today. Okay, and maybe jotting down your feelings about how have you felt at the end of the asana sessions. Okay, that is going to actually tell you what has worked for you, what has not worked for you, what has led to pain, and probably you can actually analyze it much better. Okay, so you might feel this is like, why should I do that? I have been getting the training online, so I should just follow that. It's not like that. You can yourself try to deepen your understanding about what asanas are working for you. Okay, how can you make the practice better by jotting down all the asanas done on a daily basis, and then trying to write down the feeling after the practice. How are you feeling? Okay, what joints feel more stressed, what feels less stressed. Okay, these are some important things that you can do in order to understand your body much better. All right, this was the next thing about it. And I would also tell you to consider something important. Okay, so just doing the asana is not enough. We can always make it better and better by incorporating rhythm, breath, and emotion to the asana practice, which I'm going to discuss today as we go on to practicing the asanas. All right, so how we incorporate emotion, breath, and rhythm to the practice becomes equally important. Okay, I'll just give you an example. So if I want to turn my head, if I just do it like that, there is no rhythm at all, okay, in this. But if I do it with a rhythm, 1 2 3, and come back with the rhythm, 1 2 3. Okay, I'm actually making sure that all my muscles are recruited in a rhythmic manner. Okay, so that's why rhythm becomes very important. If you follow a particular rhythm, again there are lesser chances of injury to the body. So incorporating these things becomes very important. And last but not the least is you need to do a 3-step method. You need to practice, you need to feel, and then you need to modify. Okay, so what I generally see is what happens is we keep changing the asanas every time. Okay, in every practice, I would recommend you to do one thing is try to keep one asana consistently for a few days and try to observe that asana as much as possible. Okay, try to practice that asana, try to feel what you're feeling within the body. Okay, and then try to modify it if required. All right, so and then see your progress. Okay, that's how you do. You practice, you feel, and then you modify if required. Okay, practice, feel, modify. Just keep doing that and you will see immense results with the asanas as well. All right, so these are some of the tips that I wanted to give you in order to plan a yoga practice for yourself. All right, we are going to see a form of yoga practice now. Okay, how I'm just going to discuss with you what are the differences between two asanas which look very similar but aren't similar. Okay, that's what I'm going to do in the further session from now. So let's start first. As I said, we have to start with conditioning practice. Okay, so either you can sit on the ground, you can sit on a chair, or you can stand for the conditioning practice. All right, so I'm going to continue sitting on the chair for the conditioning practice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my feet on the ground, I'm going to keep my back straight, I'm going to keep my hands on the thighs. All right, and now we're going to start with the duty towards our body. Okay, so we're going to start conditioning by paying the entire attention to the body. Slowly, you can close your eyes. Start paying attention to your body and your breath. Try to get away with all the thoughts and just focus on your body and your breath. Slowly, you can open your eyes and get ready for the warm up. All right, so now what we are going to do is we are going to do warm up of all the joints of the body. Okay, so again, a part of the discipline, you're not supposed to just do warm up of the shoulders and the upper body and miss on the lower body. It's not like that. You're supposed to cover all the joints of the body, okay, when you are doing the warm up. So let's start with the neck movements. Okay, we are going to keep our back erect and then start with the neck movement. So look up and down 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe 2 more times. 6, 7. Okay, now what I'm going to do is turn my head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now drop your ear to the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now we're going to stretch our shoulders up. So I'm interlocking my hands and stretching my hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring your hands down. Okay, now try to feel the tension where all you are feeling the tension, whether your elbows are getting straightened, what is exactly happening. Stretch up, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Stretch, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Stretch, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Stretch, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Stretch, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Stretch, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. All right, now we're going to move our wrist. Okay, so I'm going to take it up completely and down completely. 1, up and down. 2, up and down. 3, up and down. 4, up and down. 5. So now if you look at my movements, I am completing the movement. And down. 6, up and down. 7. All right, so I have seen many a times people just tend to do this halfway movement. Okay, that's not right. You are supposed to complete the movement as much as possible. So whatever range is available, you need to at least complete that in order to have an effective warm up. Okay, now we're just going to clench our fist and open it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now what we're going to do is rotate our body. So turn, 1, center, other side, 2, 3. Again, going up to the limit where you feel is comfortable, 4, and not trying to push too much. Otherwise, you may get a cramp in this particularly. 5, 6, 7. All right, and relax. So this was about rotations of the spine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the hip up one by one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now when we are doing this, okay, make sure you're not tilting your body completely while doing this. Try to keep your back straight and try to localize the movement as much as possible to the hip. Okay, instead of trying to turn your body completely. If you are turning the body, it just suggests that maybe your muscles are a little weaker and you need to work on the strength part. All right, next we are going to straighten the knees. So keep your back straight when you're doing that and try to straighten the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now what happens generally with the knee straightening part is, again, if the quadriceps is weak, you may tend to go behind like that every time you're trying to straighten, and which is why I said keep your back straight. It's okay if you're not able to completely straighten the knee, you can go up till the limit where you can. If you're able to completely straighten, it's good. Okay, if not, go up to the limit you can. Keep pushing every day, 5%, 5%, and you will reach to the complete range. All right, now let's do some ankle movements. So what we are going to do is calf raises in sitting. Okay, so just raise your heels up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now you can also curl your toes and straighten, curl your toes and straighten. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have made a preparation for the body to be ready for the asanas. Now we're going to start with the asanas, and I'm going to tell you some different asanas which look similar but may have different effects. I'm going to discuss the effects that are different in each of the asanas. Okay, I'm doing that just to help you plan your yoga practice yourself. Okay, so that you have a better understanding of the asanas. So let's start with the standing postures. Okay, I'm just going to do, I'm not going to repeat the asanas many times because I'm trying to cover a lot of asanas which look similar. All right, now we'll start with Talasana first. Okay, so 1 foot distance between the feet. Okay, I'm going to tell you the difference between Talasana 1 and 2. Okay, so Talasana 1 is wherein you raise one hand up and you're trying to stretch up as much as possible. Okay, coming up on the toes. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and slowly rotate your arm and bring it down. All right, we will do it with the other hand. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. Stretch up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, now let's do it once again. Okay, so just look at it. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stretch up. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, inhale, other side. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, this was Talasana 1. And now let's see Talasana 2, wherein we raise both the hands up together. Okay, so inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do it once again. Same 1 foot distance. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there with normal breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, so this was Talasana 1 and 2. Now, what's the difference? Okay, when you're raising, you might have felt the difference within your body. Okay, so when you are raising one hand up, okay, it's more of a challenge to maintain the balance because it is an asymmetric force on the body. Okay, whereas when you are raising both the hands up, okay, it becomes a little easier for you to raise both the hands because it becomes more balanced force on the body. So when you're trying to strengthen one particular side more, it's good to do Talasana 1. Okay, but when you're trying to challenge, you're trying to make it more easier for your balance, then Talasana 2 would work well. Okay, so you see the minor difference that is there between the two asanas. Now let's compare another two asanas, okay, which look similar but have different effects. So I take 2.5 foot distance between the foot. We are going to do Konasana 2, okay, and Trikonasana 2. Okay, so what we do is take our hand up from the side. Inhale, bend towards the side. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll do it on the other side. Take your hand up. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it once again. Take your hand up. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, feel the stretch. Where is the stretch and where is the stability that you're feeling? Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, so this was about Konasana 2. Now let's see Trikonasana 2, wherein we take about 3 foot distance between the feet. Keep one foot outside, other foot 45 degrees turned in. Take our hands to the shoulder level. Okay, now slowly bend sideways. Exhaling, go down. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, come up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, turn the foot out on the other side. Inhale, exhaling, bend sideways. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so again, both are side bends, the one that I did before and this one also. Okay, but there is a difference within the breathing pattern. There is a difference where you get the stretch. Okay, so let's observe it once again and then we discuss the difference. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, stay there. 2, breathe normal. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, turn to the other side. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you noticed, in the first one, we were trying to stabilize the lower body and we were trying to work on the upper body, the rib cage area and the shoulder area to open that up. Okay, that was the aim. In the second posture that we did, we were trying to work more on the lower body, and that's why our shoulders were fixed in one position. Okay, we did not move the shoulders, and then we started bending from the lower spine as well as the hip area. Okay, so that's more of targeting the lower body, while the first one, base was fixed and the upper body was moving. In the second one, upper body was fixed and we were moving from the waist and the hip. So you see some subtle differences between the two. It's going to actually target different muscles. Okay, it's going to target different kind of balancing mechanisms within the body. Okay, so you can try and understand very little difference between the two. Next, we are going to do Utkatasana and Malasana. Okay, so let's see. So first one is Utkatasana. We take 1 foot distance between the feet. Okay, now what we do is inhaling, raise the hands to the shoulder level. 1, 2, 3. Exhaling, bend down. 1, 2, 3. Stay there with normal breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's repeat this once again. 1 foot distance between the foot. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right. So this was Utkatasana. Now let's see Malasana. Okay. So what you do is take 2.5 foot distance. Turn your foot 45 degrees outside. Okay, and you squat down completely without coming on your toes. Your foot is on the ground. It's just turned 45 degrees outside. And then you slowly bend down into Malasana. Push with your elbows outside. Keep your back straight. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly push yourself up from this position and get up and relax. Okay, let's do it once again. Inhale, exhaling. 1, 2, 3. Stay there with normal breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, come back. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this was Malasana. Now, what's the difference between the two? The first one, okay, you don't need so much of ankle range of motion, okay, to be able to do that because you're already coming up on the toes, okay. So it becomes a little easier, but definitely you need the ankle strength to stay on the toes and go down, okay. The second thing is that in the first one, we were facing the knees forward, okay. In the second one, what was the difference? The hips were externally rotated and we were facing the knees outward. Okay, so that's Malasana. The second one required a lot more ankle range of motion because we did not come up on the toes and then did the squat. We did the squat with the heels on the ground. So you need a good calf length in order to be able to do that. All right. So if in case you were not able to go down completely, there may be some restriction at the hip, there may be some restriction at the knee or the ankle. That's what you can decipher. In the Utkatasana, when we were trying to get up from the ground, okay, if you were not able to balance well or you were not able to get up very easily, that means strength, somewhere the strength can be the issue. Okay, so that's why these two are different asanas targeting different types of movements, different types of muscles being used. All right, this was about Utkatasana and Malasana. Now let's go on to the next one, which is Hastpadasana and Trikonasana 1. All right, so it's a forward bend. Now, as I was talking about incorporating emotions into the practice, let's look into that as well. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, bend forward. 1, 2, 3.
Stay there. Try to surrender towards gravity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale.
1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, so you are trying to incorporate a sense of surrender into this, okay, vairagya into this, okay. So you can try to do it with that emotion of surrendering your upper body into with gravity. All right, let's do it once again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1,
2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1,
2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this was Hastpadasana. Now let's see Trikonasana 1. Okay, what we are going to do is keep the feet together. Inhale, take our hands to the shoulder level. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. Keep looking up and back straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. exhale, 1, 2, 3. Let's repeat it once again and try to feel as much as possible. Try to understand the difference in the feeling between the first one and the second one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Stay there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you see, in the first one, we actually bent the entire from the pelvis, from the lumbar spine, from the thoracic spine, and we try to bend completely
towards the ground.
Whereas in the second one, we tried to keep our spine straight and we were only flexing from the pelvis, more so from the hip and the pelvis. Okay, and most of our spine was remaining straight. It has different outcomes. Okay, while the first one is a complete stretch to your spine, the back of the spine, back of your leg. Okay, the second one is more about a training of movement. Okay, so it's more about a localized stretch, maybe more to the hamstrings and the calves than the spine, because there the spine is held straight and then you are trying to flex. Okay, so it's going to have a more localized stretching effect on the back of your legs as compared to the first one, which is going to have a very generalized effect on the entire back of your body. Okay, so that's the subtle difference that's there between the two. All right, so this was about these two asanas. Now let's look into one asana, which is in sitting. Okay, so let's see what's the difference. I'm going to sit down. Okay, so we are going to do a Parvatasana variation and Vakrasana. Both are rotational components or twisting components. Okay, so either we sit in Sukhasana or we sit in Padmasana. Whatever seems good to you, you can choose that. If you have had hernia or any abdominal surgery, spine surgery, please do not do these asanas. Okay, what we are going to do is keep the hands by the side. Inhaling, go into Parvatasana. Exhaling, turn, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so a twisting pose that we did. Let's do it once again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. All right. So this is Parvatasana. Now let's see sitting Vakrasana, which is you have to sit in the long sitting position. Keep your legs together. Try to sit erect as much as possible. Inhaling, take your hands up to the shoulder level. Exhaling, twist, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. All right, try to feel what is the difference between the two within your body. Okay, how was the first one and how is the second one? We will do it once again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this was, both are twisting poses, but what's the difference, okay, between the two? So if you see Parvatasana variation, okay, you might have felt more of contraction in the mid-thoracic area, okay, in the middle of the spine, because there we have quite a stabilized base, that is the hip, okay, and we have a stabilized upper body. So the rotation is localized into the mid-thoracic or the middle area, right? Whereas in the second Vakrasana, what we were doing is we was trying to sit straight, so it's going to have a lot of stability from the entire leg, okay, so our lower body is stable. And when we are trying to move, you must have felt more of contraction in the abdominal area, okay, so it's more of a lower rotation, okay, so the lower end of the spine is getting rotated when we are doing sitting Vakrasana. Okay, so these are some subtle differences, okay, which we may feel that if we do this, then it's okay. We don't need to do the lower lumbar spine. That's not right. You're supposed to try and experience each and every asana and the benefits of it. Of course, unless you have some localized issues in the abdominal area, etc., then you're not supposed to do this particular asana, but otherwise try to experience what is the difference between each and every asana that you are doing. Okay, so this was about a sitting practice. All right, now let's go on to some lying down practices. Okay, so I'm going to do one of the abdominal compression. Okay, since we did elongation, we did lateral bending, okay, we did forward bending, we did twisting. So we will do one of abdominal compression, and we will do extension as well. Okay, so let's start to do that. So I lie down on my back. We are going to do Pavan Muktasana. All right, so this is for the abdominal compression. Inhale and exhaling. 1, 2, 3. Point your toes down, stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And slowly release. 1, 2, 3. And other side. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly. 1, 2, 3. Okay, again repeat it. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. 1, 2, 3. Other side. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Now both the legs together. Inhale and exhaling. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Once again, inhale and exhaling. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. All right. So this was about Pavan Muktasana, and now let's do one Paduttanasana. So what we do is lift both the legs up together and stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly relax and release. If in case you have some back issues, or if you do not have enough abdominal strength, you can keep your hands under your hips and then slowly try to raise both the legs up. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. And relax. So what's the difference between the two? If you see in Pavan Muktasana, it's like a mechanical compression of the abdomen due to the movement of the thigh towards the abdomen. So my thigh is trying to compress my abdomen, okay? That's how I'm using a passive abdominal compression. Whereas in the second one, we raised both the legs up, okay? It's like an active abdominal contraction that leads to compression of the organs inside the abdomen. Okay, so this is the difference. One is a passive technique where it's like some surface is coming in contact with the other and trying to compress. Okay, other one is an active muscle contraction of the abdomen. Okay, so first one needs more of mobility, the second one needs more of strength. All right, so now let's go on to extension poses. So we go on our abdomen. We will see two different poses which is going to target two different areas of the spine. One is Bhujangasana and the other one is Shalabhasana. So you keep your legs together, forehead on the ground. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Repeat it once again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, so this was about Bhujangasana. Let's see Shalabhasana. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the leg up one by one. So keep your hands by the side, chin on the ground. Inhale and exhaling. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Repeat it once again. Inhale. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now, what's the difference between the two? Okay, one is going to target one. In the first one, we have the lower body stabilized, and we have the upper body as the moving arm. Okay, so what we are utilizing is the upper back strength and the lumbar spine strength. Whereas in the second one, we are doing the reverse way. We are keeping the upper body stabilized, and we are trying to move the lower body with the use of leg strength and the lower lumbar spine strength. Okay, so we are using different areas of the body for different mechanisms. Okay, so one is stabilizing and the other is moving, but the entire body is getting incorporated. In both these asanas, you can incorporate the emotion of self-confidence or Aishwarya Bhav, as it is a backward bending asana. So when you're doing Bhujangasana, you can actually feel the confidence uh, while you're performing the asana. Okay, so let's do it once with the feeling or the emotion of confidence. So keep your legs together. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. All right, and you can relax. We will turn around and just do a little bit of diaphragmatic breathing just to relax quickly. Okay, so keep your knees bent, knees together, feet apart, one hand on the abdomen and the other on the ground. Slowly inhale and exhale. As you inhale, your abdomen should rise up. As you exhale, your abdomen goes down. We will try to do equal breathing. Okay, so I'm going to give you counts and try to follow that. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 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 1, 2, 3. And breathe normal. Slowly, you can turn on one side and get up with the support of your hands. All right, so I did a short relaxation, but your relaxation should be at least time for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so something like a shavasana can be done as a relaxation practice. Okay, in my previous video, you can see how the relaxation can be effectively done. All right, so today we discussed a lot about different asanas, how they are similar, how they are different. I hope while doing the asanas, you could experience the different areas of stretches, the different areas of contraction, okay, how we use the muscle strength, how we use the movement. Okay, I hope I am able to give you some insights about that while practicing. With this, I come to the task of the week, and that is you are going to try and make your own protocol of 15 minutes. Okay, so you can plan for yourself which yoga asanas you are going to do. Okay, you can write it down on a piece of paper. Okay, you can click a picture of it and upload it on Instagram and tag Times Health Plus. Okay, also do follow Times Health Plus on their Instagram and their YouTube channel for more tips and recommendations. Let me see if there are some questions that we are remaining with. So, yeah, Binduji, Shubh, then to you too. And okay, please share some book recommendations for understanding yoga poses and food and nutrition. Okay, so there are many books that are available at the Yoga Institute related to yoga poses. Okay, one of the famous books is Yoga for All. You can refer that. Okay, and there are many books for food and nutrition as well. I think in the food and nutrition sessions, you can probably ask them to suggest, because they will be better people to guide you on the food and nutrition part. All right, I'm suffering from bloating from my mouth. Is there any yoga specially designed for this problem? Rakesh ji, I'm sorry, I don't understand what is bloating from the mouth. Okay, so probably if you can describe that better, I would be able to, maybe I could guide you. But bloating is generally related to digestive system. Okay, so maybe some food and nutritional habits can help you with that. Okay, Kanchanji, hi. Okay, Kanchanji says, in Bhujangasana, should the elbows be bent or straight? How much the body should be raised? Kanchanji, a very good question by you. Okay, so let's see that in Bhujangasana, okay, what is the thing? Now, it all depends upon what are you trying to target with Bhujangasana. Okay, if you are trying to target strength, okay, so then what we do is, while doing Bhujangasana, we do not use our hands much. Elbows are bent, and we try to raise our body as much as possible from the use of our back strength or the spine strength. So here the elbows are bent. All right. So right now I'm not using my hands much, and it's more of strength that I'm using to come up. Okay. But if I want to target mobility of the spine, of the lumbar spine, okay, and the some of the strength of my shoulders, then I might do a complete Bhujangasana, which is a Bhujangasana variation, wherein I go completely on my hands and I'm extending the back. Okay, so this requires a lot of mobility at the spine, and it uses some arm strength. Okay, so these are two different types of bhujangasana, okay, which can be done for different purposes. So here it all depends upon what is your purpose, whether you want to work on the mobility part or you want to work on the strength of the spine, whether you want to work on the strength of the arms. Okay, so it all depends on that, and you can plan it accordingly. Okay, so what form of bhujangasana you want to do. All right, Rakesh ji, so yeah, flatulence or gas, it needs some food and nutritional habit changes. Okay, so probably that is where you need to target. So you can attend those food and nutrition sessions. Okay, besides that, Pavan Muktasana is a very good asana to deal with that. All right, so yeah. Minahi ji, is there a yoga pose for neck pain and shoulder pain due to stress and posture due to work? So yeah, I have taken this session related to text neck syndrome and some issues with the neck and shoulders in the previous videos. You can definitely refer to that. There is a lot of information related to this and how you can deal with that. Okay, so probably that video will be really useful to you because I've covered related to desk job and other things. Okay, so you can refer to that. That will be really helpful to you. All right, so that's what it is for today. I hope I'm able to give you some insights related to yoga asanas. If there are any suggestions related to any topics that you want me to cover, you can put it in the suggestion when you get the feedback links. So please do that, and I will see you next time. Till then, make sure you stay present, move gently, and take care of yourself. Thank you, and namaste.
Okay.